So this morning, we set into a good location in the National Forest. As soon as we got set into our tree stands about right after daybreak, we say the magic hour is about 7:30ish. 4 doe came walking about probably 60 yards. They were walking towards us, and 3 does were together. One was kind of staged a little bit behind that doe. They were traveling from my right probably to my left. They looked like they were coming closer in. They probably got as close as probably 38 to 40 yards. Two doe sat in a good lane of fire, but they were together the whole time, and one of them was broadside, and the other one was covering the broadside angle. I drew my bow just to be ready, but I didn't feel secure with ever getting a shot off. One doe was blocking the other doe, and they once they already came broadside, I was drawn back for longer than I liked, so I went ahead and brought back my bow, and by that time they decided to keep moving on. What you hear in the video is a couple of the doe, or actually one of the doe, blows, and me and Matt were in the tree stand, and they're probably 40 yards closest. We couldn't figure out why they we thought they busted us, but turns out later on we talked to another hunter, and he happened to be walking through the woods, and he got busted by the doe that we had a shot opportunity on, and they took off to my left in the video. So that's just the way it goes sometimes. Hopefully we'll get better luck next time. Until then. Nice one. At least 6. I see him.
Okay, so it's Tuesday, October the 14th, second week of early archery season here in Virginia. Hunting Apache National Forest that I go to every once in a while. We got in this morning, it was calling for rain. I didn't set up both my cameras because one of them isn't waterproof. Anyway, seen a few deer off in the distance. Tried calling to them, they didn't pay any attention to me. That was about 7:15. So, right at 8 o'clock, I looked off to my left, and it's been raining. The leaves are wet. Wind's blowing hard. I don't know if you can hear it or not. But anyway, I looked off to my left, and I had 4 deer standing at between 20 and 30 yards. So, I thought I turned my other camera on. I don't know if I had footage or not of it. We'll see. Anyway, when I grabbed my bow and stood up, one of the deer spotted me, the biggest one, and ran off. Total of 4 deer there. I grabbed my bow and drew back and set my pin on this deer right at 30 yards. It ended up being a button buck. I thought it was a doe. I couldn't see the little knots at 30 yards. The rest of them were does that were closer, so I felt certain it was a group of does, but it ended up being a button buck. But anyway, it isn't bad hunting the Shenandoah County, Virginia National Forest. There's deer on the National Forest. It's just hard hunting, hard to get to. The best thing to do is get here, get to the National Forest early, hike out, set up all your stuff, and see what happens. And then once you start seeing deer, try to move around, move where you last seen them, or locate a trail and set up on a trail. Anyway, good hunt this morning. As you can see, got my X-stand, tree stand, X1 climber. Shooting a Hoyt bow that the Rockingham Co-op sets up and tunes and keeps maintained for me. That's where I buy my accessories from. Gold tip arrows, nocturnal nocks, and Hunga-Munga broadheads. Broadhead did its job. I didn't quite make the best shot on this deer. I hit high lung in the back of the lung on the entrance side, through the liver, and got a little bit of guts on the exit side. Pretty good blood trail. Deer made it just under 100 yards from where I shot it at. I didn't go track it right away. Shortly after I shot, I waited about 20 minutes, climbed down, checked my arrow. Overall, happy with the performance of all the equipment I'm using. Stand is extremely light. It's only 10 pounds. It makes it easy to get into where we're going. Sometimes a couple of places that we hunt, it's a 3-mile hike back in. Hunga-Munga broadhead did a good job. Good blood trail. Deer wasn't hard to find. So, if you're following us on Facebook or Instagram, you'll probably see some more pictures of this deer and some more of the hunt. If you're not following us on Facebook and Instagram, you should. Sometimes we're successful, sometimes we're not. We do take a lot of footage of us just hanging out in the tree stands. But we don't have a high fenced operation or even a farm that we can put food plots on. All of us, there's 4 of us for the most part. I hunt with my kids some. Jay hunts with his kid. Carson hunts with his fiance, Kelly. Pretty much what we're doing is all on our own, 95% national forest. So it can be done. You don't have to have a lot of money, pay $3,000 to go book a hunt out west somewhere. You don't have to have a farm and plant 20 acres of turnips and clover. There's places in the national forest that you can get to and get the job done. So anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for following.